welcome back to Oatman. And as you know, it is Women's History Month, and we are celebrating. That's right, we are celebrating a night of women in music with Bronx Arts Ensemble and New York Philharmonic in collaboration. And they're presenting a concert of works celebrating women composers featuring Bronx Arts Ensemble and New York Philharmonic musicians. And the works will include the world premiere of Sisters of Charity by Jessica Meyer, commissioned by the Bronx Arts Ensemble, and Starburst by Jessie Montgomery, and more. And here to share more is Bronx Arts Ensemble Music and Education Curator, Kika, Wright.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I
nice
was
to
so
see you.
excited when I saw your name.
Yeah.
You know why, Kika? Because, I've interviewed you throughout the years via virtual,
That's right.
via the pandemic. I mean, we've obviously come across each other at certain events, but to be able to interview you where you are now in your new role. I mean, you've been there a while as the education curator. However, the journey, I've gotten to witness this journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I owe it like almost all to you. So
What do you mean you owe it all to me?
So
Send me. I'm like, what do you mean?
so long ago, I actually in my Facebook memories, the picture of our interview came up. So it was 2021. I did a virtual concert for Bronx Arts Ensemble for Black History Month. And when we were talking, it was you and me and Judith Intel, our extraordinary executive director. And you asked me all the right questions, which made Judith realize that I was a cool dude. And because at that time I was just a teaching artist, and then she gave me the job of music program manager, which is choosing the repertoire for the ensemble.
Right.
The same month that I started that job, I started the master's degree at Columbia. When I finished, she said, why don't you also do education? And so the job has moved with me and changed, but it probably would not have ever happened if I hadn't come on your show. So
Oh my
thanks,
gosh,
girl.
let me find out. I conducted the interview for you to get hired.
That's
Thank
right.
you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And sharing it with our viewers, no less. Oh my gosh, well, I'm really proud of you. I've
Thank
been
you.
watching you just grow and blossom. And what I didn't mention is that you're a bassoonist,
Yes.
right? That's the proper way
Yes.
to acknowledge somebody who plays the instrument bassoon.
Bassoonist, yes.
Right, a bassoonist. Let's just share with everyone what a bassoon instrument is.
Yeah, the bassoon is a double reed instrument. You blow into it. It's like 3.5 feet long. You see it if you look at an orchestra. If you see the sticks that are like sticking up, like angled in the back, those are bassoons. Yeah, so they're great.
And just out of curiosity, what drew you to that particular instrument?
So I started music when I was 5. I started piano, and I was not a very good pianist. And then I switched to recorder. I was a horrible recorder player. And then I changed to clarinet, and I was even worse. And so my clarinet teacher had a bassoon at her house, and she said, "Oh, Kika, let me show you." And she opened the box and was like, "I love it." And I was just telling my new friend, it was 25 years ago. So yeah, so I think I was drawn to it because it was very big, and I'm 5 feet tall, so I'm very small.
Got it. Hey, tell me how you feel. She's like, well, this empowered me, okay? I was the big dog in the room.
Yeah. And it plays really low. Yeah,
It's
cool.
a really unique instrument.
Yeah.
That's why I ask, and you very rarely hear people mention it. And it's primarily used in chamber groups, right?
Yeah, they use it. We use it for Bronx Arts Ensemble. We use it in our chamber group, and then they're in orchestras. There's a couple bassoonists that play jazz and improvise. So yeah, so it's mostly orchestral, like kind of standard. But I think as time goes on, more and more bassoonists are branching out. But yeah, it's mostly classical instrument.
Well, it's a beautiful thing. I want people to know who you are, not only as this education curator, right, but also you're a musician yourself, and of course your choice of instrument, and the reasons why. Thank you for sharing. You know. So let's talk about this music and conversation, a concert celebrating women and service, and how you chose these particular individuals, because you're highlighting music composed by women.
Yes. So the concert is like a trilaboration with us, the New York Philharmonic, and the University of Mount St. Vincent, where we are we're the ensemble in residence. And so this has just been so cool because University of St. Vincent has just said, do what you like, and we have done a lot of collaborating. So it's very special concert because we're including some of the including some of the members of the Mount St. Vincent community,
Nice.
student Isabella Motz, and then we're including one of the Sisters of Charity, for which the piece we are premiering is written about, and then an art professor, Laura Miller, I think that's who it is. So yeah, so the concert came about. We do one thing a year with New York Phil. It's usually the style of
Yeah,
like
I've seen.
yeah.
I like the fusion.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool. It's very cool.
They have a very, very cool education and community engagement team that really cares about moving New York Phil like out of Manhattan and into the other boroughs.
Right,
But we're
weren't
not-
they doing, so what was that, Bandwagon?
Bandwagon, yeah.
Bandwagon,
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
I think that's the first time I saw you both team up.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might have teamed up before, but I wasn't working there before, so I don't know.
But the difference is that it was outdoors, so it was
Yeah.
accessible to everybody.
Right. Right.
So it was definitely like a great way to highlight this new partnership.
Right.
Right.
And then the following year, we did a concert called Honor and Praise that we did at the Van Cortlandt House Museum that was about Black composers. And then last year, we did a concert about music and the environment at the Botanical Garden. And this year, it's music and women. And so, yeah, I don't know what it will be next year. We just keep dreaming.
Well, we love that it's women
Yeah,
this year.
yeah,
So let's talk about that. Let's
Sure.
talk about these composers and let's give a little background to our audience so that they understand, right? Because the beauty of what we do here in Open, or at least it fulfills me, is being able to share this diverse knowledge, right? Because I don't want to say that I'm really versed in classical music and or chamber music, but I like learning about it, and I like learning about how you even chose these individuals and what their skill sets are.
Sure. So the concert, I'm like remembering. So we'll start with the Jessie Montgomery. We're going to do a piece by her. She is a living Black composer. She's kind of on a meteoric rise to fame. Her music is just really beautiful. The string quartet from the New York Philharmonic is going to play a piece by her. And then we're going to do Shift, Unravel, Break by Brittany Green, who is another living composer who I actually met her when we were out of town traveling for concerts, and we were in the same town. And I said, please come and have coffee with me. And I talked to her for 4 hours. She's just an extraordinary person. Her music is so beautiful, and it is a reflection of the time. Same with Jessie Montgomery. I think Shift, Unravel, Break is kind of, it's the most, like, it has the least amount of like programmatic idea. So it's a musical progression, and it starts minimal and then expands. It's really beautiful. And I will say again, I think Brittany teaches at Duke. She's very cool. She's very smart. She's like one of the coolest people that I have ever met. I could talk about Brittany for.
I know. I can
Let's
tell you're a
continue
fan of
on.
hers, and I want our viewers to get what you're saying, though, right? Because when you go to these type of concerts, like you can either just get like the soothing music, or you can get the real emotional music, right? And it sounds to me like Brittany really like levels it up.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So and that's as basic as I can explain it.
Yeah.
Because it's really a feeling.
Yes.
Right. And then you're able to kind of even familiarize yourselves with the composer and what moves them, right? So let's talk about Jessica Meyer, who is the Sisters of Charity.
Right.
Right.
So Jessica Meyer, the woman of the hour, she lives in Riverdale. So she is a composer who is writing music that is inspired by, the community, the neighborhood that we all live in now. And so Jessica is writing Sisters of Charity about the Sisters of Charity, which is the organization of nuns that I think they live at University of Mount St. Vincent. And they recently decided to stop taking on new members. And so the piece that Jessica is writing for us is about that process and how when they voted to not take any more members, it was very emotional for them. And then they started singing, which is just really extraordinary. And so, this just happened in the last couple years, maybe a year. And so it's exciting. When we invited Jessica to write a piece for us, we told her to just get inspired, and we told her how many minutes. And so she came back with this great idea, and that was really the inspiration for the concert because, women, nuns are women in service, and in a way, composers are in service to all of us, and they express, they help us express our emotions through sound.
Right.
And so that was kind of the through line. And then we are doing Women's History Month, but I would say that Bronx Arts, I was looking back at the concerts that we did the last couple months, and it's almost all women anyway. So this is not
like,
no. So it's very important to us to promote voices that we don't hear. When someone imagines a composer, they imagine a guy.
Right.
He's usually white.
Which pertains to a lot of roles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And
so this is a cool opportunity for us to invite our pals from downtown to come up and put on a concert in Riverdale with a composer who lives in Riverdale and serve our community in this way. It's very cool. It's a cool opportunity.
Yeah. And to be amongst community.
Yeah.
And relate, and you know what, be part of our history, because that's really what you've been alluding to. This is another form of sharing our history and putting it on record.
Yeah.
Awesome. Kika Wright, everyone. Bronx Arts Ensemble, Music and Education Curator. Once again, the Music and Conversation, a concert celebrating women and service, is set to take place Sunday, March 10th at 2 p.m. at the University of Mount St. Vincent, which is located at 6301 Riverdale Avenue in the Bronx. For more information, you can visit bronxartsensemble.org. Stay tuned. Our Open Artist Spotlight is coming up next.